You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming, and some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of I Wanna Hug That Gator. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, we're up, and let's go! The word on the street is that some new kid got concussed so hard he had to leave early. Did the street at least mention I was doing well before that? Ha! Of course not. You're Mr. Nito, then? Yes, sir. Given the circumstances, I'll let it slide. For now, why don't you share with one of your classmates? After class, I'll write you a note that you can give to the librarian. Thank you, sir. I kind of regret being so late, because the only person I can realistically share with is the person to my side. So, hey. Oh. It's her. Wait a minute. Wasn't she the one speeding through the hallway yesterday? Just like back then, I feel her gaze, piercing and cold, as if she's not even seeing me next to her. Would it be okay to share the book? It'd only be for today. Instead of a verbal response, she lets out a defeated low groan like I just spit in her cereal. She then huddles back over her page. Oh geez, sorry I asked. It's only the first real day. Maybe I won't need it. Olivia, come on. Share with him this one time. I already told him I'd personally resolve the issue. Just help me out here, alright? She responds by making a show of sighing deeply while rolling her head back and around. Ordinarily, there'd be a groan to go with the gesture, but she remains silent. Her head hangs low in defeat. She nudges the book a few centimeters closer to me. Thanks? I slide my own desk closer to her, just enough that I can read the page. While our teacher orates the page as if reading from Death of a Hunter, I follow along simultaneously, trying to capture anything that stands out in my notebook. A lot more difficult than expected, as Mr. Yedekin seemed to have put emphasis on every word he spoke. I felt like I was just copying the page wholesale. My eyes turned from the book to the girl's notes, and scritch, scritch, scritch. There's just some very murderous-looking claws in her fingertips. For a split second, I see them retract. She wipes her fingertips on a small hand towel, and whoa, the claws extend again into a bright red puddle on her desk. A singular red-colored claw is pressed on her paper for a moment, and quickly tugged and twirled and twisted, leaving behind a bright red cursive sentence on the page. Cool. The silver irises flicked my way once more. What? What you're doing, that looks pretty cool. A hint of red creeps across the girl's cheeks. Uh-oh. She looks back at the book and hunches her shoulders as high as she humanly dinally can? Huh? She's now leaning over her notes, too, even using the book as extra protection for the pages. Should be focusing on my own notes, yeah. An impossible task now, though, as the colorful calligraphy next to me has piqued my curiosity. The quill talon continues to delicately etch notes onto the page, and it only leaves the page to dip into what looks like a tiny paint palette at the edge of her desk. The claws extend again, and now there's a faint rumbling. Hey! I hadn't meant to get caught up in it. Sorry, I'll wait for her to give me a name. She doesn't. She simply returns her focus to the book between us. I wonder what her deal is. Maybe I'm gonna crack that shell open and I'm gonna feast on all the sweet treats with it. I don't know why I put it like that. I sound like fucking Dennis from It's Always Sunny. You know, because of the implication. I wonder what her deal is. In either case, I turned my attention back to class. I hope I can make up for lost time. It's hard to ignore the Gator girl, though. Especially when those icy gray eyes of hers feel like icicles poised to stab through me. Hey, wait a second. Those hand motions. She's not writing anything right now. She's drawing. Well, it's none of my business. But I am rather curious. I make a show of leaning back to yawn. Now I can see it's... Whoa! It's a calligraphic doodle of me. There's no mistaking it. That's my jacket and sunglasses. That's pretty cool. Nobody's ever really drawn me before. Well, there were those others on the first day of school, but that's different. They weren't using their own claws or ink. Oh man, I can't wait. I gotta ask for a closer look. Hey. Your picture's super cool. Can I see it? She glares me in the eyes, but slowly brings out the sheaf she was doodling on. With the paper more visible, I can just barely make out all the important details. The line work is sharp, each stroke an organic curve that when combined formed what had to be me. It even had my glasses and the negative space of the head. Though, what was with the multiple swervy lines coming from out the drawing's head? Dude, this is great! She rolls her eyes and starts retracting the page. Can I take a picture of it? A pause. Why? Nobody's ever done something like that for me. I want to remember it. She passes the paper over to me. It's yours. Oh, really? Thanks! Don't mention it. But, don't. Huh. She's nice. After a grueling period made worse by my own anxiety, the bell rings to set us free. Finally, freedom at last. Just stay for a minute longer, Inco. I get some sideways glances from other students as they leave, not suspecting I'm a teacher's pet already. With a few strokes from his pen, Eodikin hands me a note. Just show this to the librarian and she'll hand you your books. On your way now. A quick trip to the library earns me my missing books. I even got a fancy laminated library card. Eodikin's introduction to his class certainly has me excited for photography next. First stop, though, lunch. Can't take pictures on an empty stomach. Between my lackluster breakfast and gym class, I'm starving. Despite my hunger, though, I'm stopped dead in my tracks as I look around the cafeteria for a place to sit. Oh. The whole place is overtaken by lawless anarchy. I've never seen a riot this intense. A few students have even crawled halfway up the wall, hanging by their decorative vines. Food flies about everywhere, utilized as ammunition rather than sustenance. Yet the security guard by the door isn't moving. This must be acceptable? I shudder to think what would be bad enough to warrant him taking action. I've never seen anything like this at any of my middle schools, or any of my old schools. But more importantly, all the cliques have already formed from the previous day. I missed my chance to sit with anybody. Wait, it's only the second day. Why am I acting as though it's too late for anything? Yo, Nico! I'm shoulder-checked from behind by what feels like an oversized fist or undersized shoulder. If I wasn't already by a wall, I would have either been sent spiraling or made into roadkill. When I turned about, I met with Damien's toothy grin. Ow! What? What? Already forgot about me? You don't got anywhere to be, right? Yeah. You stuttered. Come on, we're going somewhere. May as well, right? Damien excitedly motions at me to follow through the traffic of students going about the lunchroom. Peering into the crowd, waving me over, and disappearing again like he's outrunning something. It's a good thing I hadn't gotten my own lunch yet. It'd be dumped on the ground about 3 elbows and a slap ago. Through the clamoring, I hear something about a turf war restarting with the new year, and that megalodons will continue to rule. Somewhere mixed in is the undeniable sound of a steel chair clattering to the ground. The place is an actual war zone now. How on earth is Damien able to weave through these guys so easily? Eventually, he leads me to the far corner of the room and to his usual lunch table. Hey, you're alive! I think one of my ribs is cracked. That's just the school spirit you're feeling. Oof. I feel less like a person, more like a well-used punching bag. I finish stretching my wounded back and actually check the table. It's basically empty. There's only one other person here. The Gator girl gives an unamused raised brow. Hey, you? Oh, snap, you know Olivia? Olivia, right, yeah. Your one and only. Why didn't you tell me you met already? Because I only sort of did? We're in the same class. Ah, okay, I get it now. Still, that sounds awesome. All my lunch buddies are artists. All? Oh yeah, there's usually a third in our group, but she's out screwing around in school business. She'll probably be back tomorrow. Student council stuff can't take that long, right? What's she need with the student council? She doesn't need anything with the student council. She's in it. She's the treasurer. The treasurer? Something like that. What do you think, Olivia? Olivia just grunts in reply. She doesn't even bother to look up from her lunch tray. Aren't you an artist too, Damien? Nah, I don't got the patience to sit around for hours like that. So you're not taking advantage of the art programs here? I don't really need them. Home's just real close by. The only other artist here today is Olivia. His arms wave over Olivia as if he was presenting her at an auction or something. For her part, the Gator girl just grunts again. Well, what do you do then, Olivia? Finally, she looks up, turning an indifferent look my way. Did she say something? What was that? The ambient war noises are a bit too loud. I can't hear a thing. Sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying over the... Oh, swear, she's just a real quiet type. I paint! Oh, hey. Holy hell, her voice sounds so raspy, as if she'd never drunk a drop of water in her life. I guess I hadn't noticed before when she gave those one-syllable responses, but for someone's voice to be strained from a single shout? She furrows her brow and looks back down at her lunch. Oh snap, we've been standing around for a while. He sits back in his own seat, takes a huge bite of mystery meat steak. Right, food. After the workout and poor breakfast today, I'm particularly famished now. But... line. All eyes look to where the lunch line should be, and it's become a full-blown riot. Someone's got a fire extinguisher trying to stop it. Oh, I probably should have waited for you to get yours. Oops. Damien returns to his steak rather aggressively. But who am I to question dino etiquette in the act of using one's foot to anchor the food for tearing? Suddenly, the sound of squeaking rubber draws both of our attention towards Olivia. She's holding on to one of her wheels, having just skidded it across the granite floor. Oh, what's up? She tilts her head back towards the courtyard door behind us. Looks like there's a few vending machines out there. Huh, guess I'll go check them out. I leave the group behind to go try and get lunch. Not a fan of soda and chips for a meal, but it's enough for wartime survival. Hey, this thing accepts credit cards. Handy. I'm feeling like... oh, there's drywall store brand soda. I need to be on diet. Baked chips. Huge fucking idiot. I'm going to get a sports drink. No, that's terrible on an empty stomach. What are you, a fucking idiot? Let's get the chips. Let's do all of them. You can do all? Okay, you can do all of them. Okay. I pick out a few other brands I recognize, enough to tide me over for the rest of the school day. I've been to pick up the bags from Spencer's slot, Anne. Green chick's looking at me. She notices me gazing at her and hunches over again hurriedly. What's that all about? Let's see. Does it matter? Oh. So, okay. Doesn't really matter. What's that all about? Right. I'm making new friends. I buy a few extra sodas for the table. Carrying everything back in both arms, I place him on an empty spot, sliding a can of soda to Damien. He looks at me like I had just tossed him a gold bar. Whoa, dude! The Dillo boy's mouth opens wide as he chomps on the bottom of a can, his fangs piercing the thin metal and spraying its contents down his gullet. I toss him over to Olivia as well. She eyes it as though it were a booby trap before taking a bag of chips. Damien sighs happily as he chucks the shredded remains of his can away. Caffeine ambrosia. What were we talking about before? Oh, Olivia's art, right. She's really good, Inky. Like you wouldn't believe. Can he at least stick to a nickname? Really? Oh, totally. She's like won awards and stuff. She has? Can I see them? In fact, I could snap some glamour shots for you. No need, dude. I've already got pictures on my phone. No, I mean, hold on. I picked my backpack up from the floor, unzipping it and retrieving my beloved camera from it. I'm actually into photography. The Dino Man reaches for the well-aged DSLR, and on instinct I swat his hand away. Hey! Oh, hey! Sorry, force a habit. What do you think, Olivia? She eyes me up and down with the same furrowed brow. Aren't you the guy that ate dirt in gym yesterday? Yep. No. I shoot Damien a quick dirty glance before returning to look at Olivia. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad. It wasn't. How does everyone seem to know about it? Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to have a quick shout-out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for what I do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks to our... and thanks to our... I think our gold tier patrons are gone for now. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our Not Safe for Work contents as little as $5. So if y'all want to donate to our Patreon, you can donate using Super Thanks on YouTube. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!